Hello everybody, this is Starman. Welcome back to Let's Play Vampire Bloodlines. Now, last time you remember, we finally got the deed done. We could head back to Los Angeles, and we immediately got jumped by Sabat not 5 seconds after getting out of the cab. But luckily, Nines Rodriguez, head of the local Anarchs, and the guy who was trying to get us killed earlier for some reason, just saved us. So, yeah, he's now officially my new best friend, so let us thank him for his help.
Should have been more careful, newbie. This ain't the burbs.
I remember you from the court.
Kid, I got things to deal with. Why don't you pay me a visit at the last round tonight? I don't know what you've heard so far, but it's time you heard the real story.
Hey, last round, that's where Jack told me to meet him. I'll do that.
This is a mean existence. Stay out of trouble, kid.
There, publicly the father of all vampires, came as more myth than reality in the modern Knights of the Methuselahs, as also members of the Sabbath. Can't claim to have met a being who referred to himself as Cain, but the story is filled with so many individuals that nobody knows what's what. So, let's see, you're told to go check for the Ventru Tower in the middle of the city. I wonder if it's that big tower with the golden gargoyles. Baby sale? Hey, great, I could use a new baby, and she looks oddly familiar. And yeah, staring at crosses does not actually affect you at all. As in some vampire fiction, in the world of darkness, the object holy symbol is not enough by itself. The person wielding it at you has to have true faith in order for it to have any effect on a vampire. So let's see, we are here. Last round is that way around the corner. And I believe that big tower, oh, that big tower is the library, apparently. Maybe, unless, oh, Ventru Tower. It's actually just called Ventru Tower. The library is across from it. So, that building with the gargoyles is the library, and that is the tower. Nice library. Largely composed of rebels, both with and without causes, individualistic, outspoken, and turbulent.
Hey there, Chief. Small world, huh? Yep, after that gallery, I didn't think I'd be able to get a job guarding a room full of Jack Squat from the Boogity Man. But then I get a call offering me this sweet night shift slot, and I'm back in the security game.
Oh,
well,
God, not him.
Great. You, here to see one of the bigwigs, Chief?
Yep.
Would that be Sebastian LaCroix of the LaCroix Foundation, or Dwayne LaCroix of Insurrection Baby Formula Company?
What do you think, genius?
Okay then. Mr. LaCroix, he told me to expect someone fitting your description sometime tonight. You go right on up.
That's better.
Yeah, you have a good power meeting, or whatever it is you types do up there. Do you need any security? Well, you just ring the front desk and ask for Officer Chunk. That's me, in case you were wondering.
Did you say...
Yeah, I get that all the time. The name goes back to my football days. Actually, my fantasy football days at the station. Stationarium. That was this office supply outlet mall I used to watch. Hey, you kids! No skating in the parking lot! That was me.
Yeah, bye. Crack security in this place. Yeah, that's nice and subtle. It did say go up, right? Oh, okay. Do-do-do-do-do-do.
There you are. I was informed of your presence in the building. Since you're here, I'll take the liberty of assuming you've destroyed the warehouse. This is correct, yes?
Oh, like you don't know. Yes, that is. Yes, but. Or, of course, Yes, that is correct.
Most excellent. I had no doubt you'd prove my decision a prudent one. I trust you encountered no impediments to your progress on account of my personnel.
Let's see, none at all. Stands on a Kinder a little two-faced, but that's it. Yeah, guy Mercurio screwed up. I get the explosives myself. Yeah, but that's about it.
A taste of what's to come. You have no idea. You've done well, circumstances being what they were. I will admit, not many in your position would have overcome such a trial. But don't misunderstand me. It was no fool's errand. You may yet prove to be a genuine asset. It's a bit disturbing the lack of talent within this organization as of late. Tell me, what would you say to doing a bit of reconnaissance for me?
I'd say yes, sir. What's in it for me? He's played straight with me so far, so got nothing to lose from being respectful. It can cost you as little as your life. It takes but a moment.
Excellent. Were you by chance in the military at all? I was an officer myself, actually. In Napoleon's ranks, there have been whispers, rumors spreading around the kindred community concerning the Elizabeth Dane, the cargo ship that was towed into port recently. Have you heard of it?
Yeah, I did, actually.
The police are investigating the Dane as we speak. Even the Nosferatu have little information on what's been found. However, the reason the ship has caused such speculation is because it was transporting an object called the Anarchs sarcophagus. Now, I'm not one to predicate a decision based on conjecture, so what I need is fact. And more importantly, I need evidence that the occurrences on the Dane were not supernatural in nature, and in no way relate to this Anarchs sarcophagus.
Yeah, I get the feeling I'm going to be fighting a mummy before this is over, because it would just be boring if it turned out I went out there and, sorry, turns out the whole crew just jumped overboard, nothing went wrong. It had to do with mummies or monsters or anything, so what do you need me to do, boss?
You have 3 objectives. 1.
5, no, 3.
I want you to examine the sarcophagus for anything unusual. You may sense something peculiar about the sarcophagus. In fact, many kindred in this city have reported an uneasiness in the air since the Dane's arrival. Do not, under any circumstances, open the Anarchs sarcophagus. Secondly, the police have begun their investigation. Find out what they have concluded thus far. Thirdly, take the cargo manifest for the ship. I want to find out what else it was carrying. The last thing we want is police aware of our existence, so be careful what you do in front of them. And unlike the warehouse, you cannot wholesale slaughter a ship full of lawmen without consequences. Is this understood?
Yep.
Good. Oh, and it has come to my attention that you had an encounter with Nines Rodriguez earlier. The man so does love to throw that cretinous charm of his brashly about. What exactly did Mr. Rodriguez say?
He asked me to visit him at the last round.
I see. Then, you should go humor the by-the-numbers rhetoric he's so desperately aching to spew. Oh, please, before the chance of fascist oppressor from that dive of theirs clog the air and choke the local kine.
I'll go see him right away.
Give the Anarch community my regards.
And back here immediately. Well, what the heck, I felt like being social anyway. Go talk to Jack some more. Jack's pretty cool. I wonder, is the library even open this late? Yeah, it doesn't look like it is. Yeah, well. Something interesting happened there. Harborough Hotel. Thought it might be the Happiness Hotel for a moment. Hazmat suits? That must be a weird club. Or an incredibly dirty one. Guys in hazmat suits. That's a wee bit worrying. What do we got here? Last round. I believe this is the place. Okay. Okay, can't talk to any of these guys.
Did that chase you in here, Cammy?
What are you talking about?
Heard Nine saved your ass again. You think LaCroix would have stopped counting his money long enough to get your back, Jack?
What do you mean, again?
Cammy, you'd have a whole lot less above your neck if it hadn't been for Nine's calling the Prince out in that courtroom. Shit. Looks like things worked out for LaCroix anyway. Got himself an even fair and bully out of this.
What's your problem?
Oh, you want to know what my problem is? All right, I'll tell you what my problem is. You ready? You are my goddamn problem. Anyone who would lay it down for some cape in an ivory tower deserves what they get.
Cape? Playing the winning team, I'm making my own fate. What alternative do I have?
Cape, Cammy. Camarilla elders, the ones that have been around so long they think candlelight's a keen invention. You're doing their dirty work and you don't even know it.
Well, what alternatives do I have?
You want an alternative? Be me. That's a step in the right direction. I'm Damsel, den mother of these mothers, and one pissed bitch since LaCroix was here.
Pissed you don't say. Drink some bad blood or something? I don't know about LaCroix. I'm cool with Nines, though.
Hey, Cammy. I don't apologize often, but it's just with all the shit that's been ran down with. And on top of it, this plague bearer getting the CDC's attention, maybe I misjudged you eventually.
Plague bearer? Understandable. Tell me what a plague bearer is.
A plague bearer's a thing that doesn't care who they feed. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. We can't get sick, but the kind can. And kings that feed on them start spreading disease. And that's what's sick, it's an epidemic. CDC's in town as we speak.
Oh, so that's why all the people in hazmat suits. So, how do you get rid of one?
Seen Old Yeller? May sound cruel, but it's necessary. If someone puts together 2 and 2 as to the real cause of an outbreak of bloodborne diseases, guess what happens? So the plague bearer's gotta be found and put down. If the Camarilla really gives a damn, they'll help us out.
Yeah, because that does strike me as being something that is everybody's problem, politics aside. Anarchy's helped me out before. Where do I start?
One of our boys' ghouls, name's Paul, lives nearby in the Skyline Apartments. Been a stranger lately. Looked like death last time he was here. Said he didn't get bit, but maybe you can get more info out of him.
Ghouls. Why does it always have to be ghouls? Fine, I'll check it out when I can.
Wait, if Paul's not talking, you might want to start questioning the homeless cop. So many have been dying lately that it takes the city a few days to pick up the bodies.
Before I go, I've got a question.
Yeah?
Your thoughts on, tell me about Smiling Jack.
Jack? Jack. Kind of a legend amongst the Anarchs. There's not an Anarch in the world who wouldn't stand in rock star awe of Jack. Even the Camarilla doesn't mess with him.
Really? I had no idea. Jack's one of the cooler people I met.
He's been around a long time. He used to be a pirate, so the rumor goes. Talk to Jack. He's never short on chat. Yeah?
Okay, tell me about Nines.
No one like him in this world or the next. He's to the Anarchs what George Washington was to the colonies, what Ho Chi Minh was to Vietnam. He is the LA Anarchs personified. He's a great leader, and yet he's humble. I died for him.
I know in my life, he's like one of the few decent people I've met.
No one like him in the Camarilla or otherwise. Anything else?
Thoughts on the Camarilla?
It's a sham, a pyramid scheme. Nothing but musty, withdrawn elders waging power struggles for no other reason than to keep their own ass alive for one more century. You think you have any real power in the camp? You're kidding yourself.
I'm guessing the alternative is you or the Sabbath. I'll take the Camarilla. I don't really understand. I'm kind of new to this.
You'd be better off without them. You'll see.
Another question.
Yeah?
Your thoughts on LaCroix? Or tell me about the Anarchs.
You're about passion, and freedom. Things most Camarilla types just can't understand. I could go on and on, but Skelter says it takes too long to get me off my soapbox. Or even that.
Now, go on, tell me what you think.
I mean, geez, it just makes sense. Power should be redistributed amongst all of us, not just the few. Communism would actually work for kindred, where it fails with humans. It's just common sense, you know?
Okay, I did have a question about something else, though.
Yeah?
Thoughts on LaCroix?
Who the hell does he think he is, coming into town claiming Camarilla authority over the city? We kicked them out 60 years ago. It's like England coming back and telling the U.S. how they should do things. Fuck LaCroix.
I had no idea the Anarchs have been in control that long.
Yeah?
Where if it ain't the talk of the town, poster child for Camarilla Menendez. What errand does the prince have you running today?
Funny. There's nuns around here. Go get nuns before I send you on an errand to your injured pride. Whatever. You're not worth the snappy comeback. There we go.
You showed up. Good. Here's what I gotta tell you. And so you know, I don't lecture, I don't rap, I'm no bureaucrat. I'm just a guy out of nowhere came to be involved in something 500 times bigger than you and me.
Go on.
You got a right to know the score. The Camarilla, this is the short of it. They operate a lot like a pyramid scheme. There's a bunch of these old timers at the top with God only knows what plots in mind. They lose their power, they die. They sired more to carry out their plans. They're looking for a little power, then those kindred sired for their own schemes, and so on and on and on. It hurts my head just thinking about the mess. What it works out to is this. Only a few people at the top have any real power.
Isn't the prince leader of Camarilla?
LaCroix? Shit. LaCroix's just the guy who backstabbed and wheeled and dealed his way into becoming the king son of a bitch of all the local Camarilla. Him and any other traitors that sided with the Cam want power here, they'll get what's due.
Aren't you part of it?
Them's fighting words, newbie. But you're young and stupid, so I won't make an example out of you. See, the Camarilla claims all of us are members, even if we don't want to be, which is, of course, the biggest little horseshit a man ever heard.
So what are you all about?
I learned the way of this world during the Depression. A bunch of old rich bastards screwed the country. But did they suffer? No. The little people suffered. You can't trust the people at the top. The world would be a better place without them. All you can do is get a group of people together who aren't assholes. Find a place to put your feet up and make some examples of the quote-unquote elite to keep the rest the hell out. Everyone's an equal here. The same thing this country used to be about. That's what LA has been. An anarch-free state.
You know, there has to be a better way to put that, because it makes it sound like there aren't any Anarchs in here.
The Camarilla was kicked out on their ass a long time ago. We, the Anarchs, didn't want to play their politics anymore. Now LaCroix and crew pop in like they never left. No goddamn way. Their laws don't apply to us.
Have you tried meeting with them?
I got their meeting right here.
Okay. Sounds like you're Prince of the Anarchs.
No such thing. And again, newbie, don't throw those kind of words around lightly. You're risking a beatdown. I fought to keep LA free since I was embraced. A long time later, I'm one of the only ones left that hasn't bid it or switched sides. The most veteran soldier on the battlefield.
A courtier of scoundrels and ruffians is what you command, sir. Yep. And not for the prince.
LaCroix represents everything I hate. The Camarilla, stuck-up aristocrats, rich businessmen, crooked politicians. The only place LaCroix belongs is in an urn.
Without them, who would sponsor artists? Wrestling shows for everyone. Yeah, I like this guy. More question. Any advice you can give me?
Here's what I tell all the new blood. 1, you get careless, that blood will make you into a monster. If you rampage around here, you get put down. 2, don't kill when you feed. No reason to. In this city, there's lots of ways to slake the beast without leaving a trail of dead. 3, the Camarilla's full of shit. 4, watch your back, always. And lastly, learn how to fight. Because a speech ain't gonna save your ass when you're staring down the barrel of a shotgun.
Yeah, you know, that's actually pretty good advice, because so far, it does not look like the game is going to let me talk my way through much of anything. Can you teach me how to fight?
After picking your ass up off the pavement back there, yeah. I can tell you don't even know the basics. Hold your hands up like this. And keep your body at an angle. Makes you harder to hit. Keep your thumbs out of your fists and put your weight into your punches.
Hey, my stats increased. Thank you.
LA's the school of hard knocks, so keep your friends close and your enemies in the barbecue pit. Once you square things with LaCroix, don't give that son of a bitch the time of night. I got my eye on you, kid.
Okay. Now let's see. Hey, Jack.
Well, looky who made it back in one piece. Out of Santa Monica, you know.
I didn't get to do much sightseeing.
I can't imagine you did. Probably too busy getting pushed around by every vampire with a week of seniority over you, am I right?
You could say that, yes.
That's usually the way the story goes. Same old bullshit politics from when you were alive. Doesn't make you just want to rip somebody's spine out. What? You saying that's just me?
Politics?
Politics. The stuff that makes the rich get richer, keeps the powerful in power. Look at why you're out in Santa Monica in the first place. Because Prince LaCroix said so.
Why me?
Because he never thought you'd make it back. If Nines didn't stand up for you in the courtroom, you would have been toast right there, man. Everybody knows that.
I don't get it. Why do you want to kill me?
It's bullshit Camarilla law. You gotta get it approved before you sire anyone. Vampire population control, fascist crap. LaCroix wanted to look like the strong leader upholding the law.
So how come I'm standing here?
Public relations, man. Calculated risk. Vets were born in the courtroom. When Nines called him out, LaCroix realized it was time to show a carefully measured dose of Camarilla compassion.
You're not into public relations, Jack. Just waiting for enough he was the boss.
LaCroix is the boss of Camarilla in LA. That's it. LaCroix is the boss. That's rich.
You're part of the Camarilla, you don't follow the law. Yeah, I think he's got that Napoleon thing going on.
The facts are like this. The Camarilla need us to buy into the bullshit for any of their laws to mean dick. Now, telling free-living vampires they need to be ruled is a hard sell. So, the Camarilla baked up a play nicey plan. Show everyone how great they are, so we'll all just jump on board.
Who is everyone?
The free-living dead, kiddo. A lot of people like to use the label Anarchs. Whatever the hell that means. Anarchs. That's got a nice kick to it, though, huh? Yeah.
Now, tell me about the Anarchs. If Claw's got Napoleon, I'd say the prince is in charge of things. Let's tell me about the Anarchs.
That's us, so I'm told. What you want to know?
How long has the movement existed?
Yeah, I could tell you about the history of the movement, about our struggle. What's any of that shit mean, anyway? Do we want to sit through history class here?
Yeah, kinda. Good to know your history.
I'm no scholar, kid, but I've been around. I've seen more and done more than most vampires ever will. I don't know that our situation is going to get easy, but something's going to decide worth fighting for.
How can you win, though? Maybe. Does Nine feels the same way?
You bet, kid.
How come you're not running the show, Jack?
Me? I never had much patience for negotiations. Everyone can live or burn. It's up to them.
What about the rest of Nines? Or what clan is Nines?
Bruja. Most everyone here has Bruja blood. Moving right along.
Okay, tell me about the Sabbath.
Again? Does everything have to be?
I hope not.
The Savant are worthless, man. Big tits on a zombie worthless. Fun to watch, though. Like the Three Stooges with chainsaws.
They're in Camarilla.
Yeah, they oppose the Camarilla, but they suck when it comes to execution.
What's wrong with them?
The Savant are in the same business as the Camarilla. Savant have a little longer chain, but they're slaves all the same. Moving.
Okay, I think about something else.
Again?
No, I was trying to do something else.
The Savant are in the... Moving right along. What's on your...
Humans.
What about them?
Don't they sometimes get in the way?
Ah, man, we got our own.
Okay, a few questions. Learn more about the Camarilla.
Oh.
What do you think of the ideals? Or do you think all of them are bad?
I'm not saying let's go torch the Malkavian living under the abandoned hotel because she happens to be a Camarilla. I'm saying let's change that shit from the top down.
What about me? Am I part of the problem or what?
Hey man, you do what you gotta do to survive when you're young. But there comes a time when that excuse don't fly no more. when you should know better.
I wish the facts were easier to come by.
Being dead is no excuse for walking them.
Nothing wrong with discipline. Got a few more questions. And Anarchs, something else.
What's on your mind?
Actually, I don't have any more questions, but one more thing.
What's it?
I'm out of here.
Goddamn Kenny's. You guys are all the same.
Hey, I thought we were cool earlier.
Goddamn Seth. You guys are all the same. Yeah?
Nothing right now, excuse me. One of the most terrible, or wondrous and terrible properties of kindred vitae is the ability to slay nearly anybody being who drinks of it 3 times. Each sip of a particular kindred's blood gives the kindred question emotional hold over the drinker. Well, you know, this strikes me as being a good stopping point. So next time, I think we're going to start talking to the local homeless and doing something about the plague. Until then, have a good night.